Yo, what's up guys? It's Corky, and I'm sitting here editing a Darwin gameplay that I got the first day of playing it, and man, is this game a ton of fun. It's a good change of pace from Fortnite for me, especially since Fortnite's been crashing a lot, and I can't figure it out. I've been on the Reddit pages and I've done all this stuff, but whatever. This video isn't about Fortnite, it's about Darwin, and I am so ashamed of myself. I streamed today, the second day that I got this game, and then I got on later in the night and won 2 games. Fabulous games. Electronic goes in the middle. I like that.
A new electronic is available.
Like my most high damage dealing games. And turns out I wasn't streaming. Yeah, I went to turn it off and it was like start streaming. Nope. No, what? Okay, so I didn't get any of that gameplay, which is super unfortunate, but I'm going to tell you a little bit about it, about the gameplays. So there was one, I had a director, and his name was Big Tex. And you can see in the top right corner, that little eye looking thing above the mic. Ooh. That's who your director is. So for this game, it's Spaceman.
Oh shit, oh shit. Is that you? You throwing snowballs at me?
A new electronic is available.
You throwing snowballs at me? Oh.
Oh, good shit.
Ooh, nice. Oh, what? That was nice. Oh, what? Ooh.
GG, bro. Good fight. For sure. And in one of the games I had Big Tex as my director, and he was playing music. Like when I won, he played We Are the Champions. He was putting like fight music on when you were battling. It was awesome. That dude, he was super creative with it, and that made it was hilarious. I wish I had that gameplay for you, but again, I wasn't streaming, which is super unfortunate. Another one was my highest dealing damage game, highest damage dealt game, and it was amazing. The dude kept using smoke bombs. I had a turret. The way to go in this game for arrows is definitely the tracking arrows. So you can like customize your character. I don't show it in this video here, but in the main menu you can customize your loadouts. So right now I have the berserker arrows on, and you can see every time I hit him I get stamina, infinite stamina for like 10 seconds. And those are okay, but the tracking arrows actually make it so you can see them through walls for like 8 seconds or something, which is super important because people use trees a lot in this to hide. And when you're fighting somebody, they bounce away a little bit, so you do have to track them down.
You streaming, Corky?
Yeah, I am, Spaceman. Always, always. Every day. And the turret's just OP because it hits you like infinitely, you know, until they break it. They only need one arrow to break it, but that's an arrow that they have to waste on hitting equipment and not you. So I'm just super mad I didn't get those gameplays, but hopefully I'll never make that mistake again. But for now, we've got this gameplay. I'll try to talk about it here a little bit. Basically, in this game, you just run around and gather materials to make your equipment, and you can see when I have shoulder pads on, that means I've got armor, which negates one hit, whether it's from a shovel or an axe, rather. Whether it's from that or whether it's from a bow, it'll just not do any damage, but it'll still knock you back quite a bit. I also have like a fur on in this game, and you can see in the top right of my mini-map is where my cold meter is, and when I start to get cold, the frost comes in around your screen. So if you don't take care of that, it'll just chip away your health.
I think you said it was only 3rd win today. You liar.
That's not true, yo. I mean, it is true.
Get out of my face. Nah, you're a fucking pussy.
Thanks, dude. GG. Yo, Spaceman, do you cause the snow to come in? I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah. Yeah, do you cause the snow to come in and make it all like foggy?
No, not me.
Okay. And that's what the zones do that close. If you stand in them too long, it'll drain your cold meter and you'll start dying from the chip damage. Other than that, snowballs are really useful. You can make them at any time, and they're a projectile that will bounce people back, and every time you hit them, it'll drain their cold meter. So they'll have to make a fire and warm up if you hit them, like, I don't know, 4 times or something. I'm not really sure how much damage they do to your cold meter. But it's useful if you don't have any arrows you run out. You should always have them on you, just for the axe fight, for a different dynamic. That being said, the axe fights, or melee fights, are very weird and unusual because the axe hits like 0.5 seconds after you click, which doesn't seem like a lot, but it is. It's hard to adjust to. It's like a very slow swinging thing, and you move a lot slower once you start to swing. You can see in this gameplay, in some of the cabins, there's a map. I look at that fairly often to go find people. You can see the red blinking on my screen in like what seems to be random locations, but that is telling me where people are. So whenever somebody crafts an item, it will blink red for me if they're near. And that's how you kind of hunt people down. And you can find items that they've chopped down, or like chairs that they've ripped the leather from, and they're the red items that I pass. If you go and hit search on them, you actually get a tracking for quite some time, and you can see them through walls. And that's the same exact tracking you get with the tracking arrows. So that's why it's OP, because you hit them with an arrow and you get that tracking for like 8 seconds. But yeah, I've had a lot of fun, not because this game is like the best, like most smooth game, but because the community's super fun. Oh, that was hard, man. Good fight.
2 players remaining.
And the interaction that you can have with your director can be amazing. I mean, some of the directors suck, but they have a like rule in this game where when everyone dies, you can rate your director. And all right, I haven't used a medkit. Does it take time? Yeah, it does. All right, we're just gonna use it here. What does it give me? It gives you 1.5. Are you serious, bro? And if the director has a 2.6 average or below, then they can't use certain abilities that can like screw people over, you know? It'll stop them from being able to do that. It's really cool, just that dynamic of it. I mean, to my knowledge, this is the only game that lets people do that. Be the director of the whole map and give people buffs and all that. You can give them like super speed, you can warm them up, you can heal them. You can make the whole game go like anti-gravity for 2 minutes, I think it is. That's super annoying, the anti-gravity. It's hard to fight in, but I mean, it's cool they got it in the game, I guess. It's a fun option. The electronics. So those are the big white symbols that you see on my mini-map. And they give you your like special moves down at the bottom of my crafting bar. That would be my R, E, and my G. That's like a shield, invisibility cloak, and a teleportation. I've changed my invisibility cloak to the turret because I think that's really good. You just place that down and it stays there for 50 seconds and hits anybody within its range. So I would recommend that too. Unfortunately, I didn't get those gameplays where I was using the right setup, but hopefully I'll get just as good gameplays in the future and I can show you guys. I've just been loving this game. Wanted to come in, explain it a little bit to you. If you are new to my channel, I will be playing this game fairly often for now. I don't know if this game competitively will be great, just because the whole axe fighting thing, it's a lot of like, if you run up to somebody and swing, if you both swing at the same time, you clank and shoot in the opposite direction. But there's a lot where like somebody will back up right before you start to swing, and then they'll come in. But then if you back up, like if you get really good at it, it would be interesting to see top players play. I guess I'm not sure how it would go, but it would be really interesting. So yeah, I've just been getting good at this. Fortnite is still definitely the main game, but if the crashes don't stop, I don't know what to do, you know? But yeah, just wanted to talk a little bit. I'll talk to you later. Sub, like, peace. I don't care if they want an ounce, tell them bounce. What was that? What the what?
You're both really low.
Okay.
You're both really low.
Ooh, GG. Awesome, dude. That's awesome. Good fight. That's my boy, all purple. Rah, rah. Spaceman, I'll give you a 4. Because you talked just a little bit.
Not bad.